Welcome everyone to Saturday Evening Chats. This is episode 127. We are live on Christmas Eve 2022, and we have with us so far Mr. New York Outcast. Welcome.
Hello. Thanks for having me. Thanks for joining us, folks.
And first in was Two Live Moo, MC, Sam of Anarchy, Tactical FUD, Andy 79, Z28, Rich White, 500 Magnum, Patna Bunkers out there. So, welcome everyone. And let's get this intro rolling.
In a world of uncertainty and turmoil, one man stands alone, along with his faithful sidekick. A man who entertains and educates the masses weekly, 70% of the time. Born out of the dusty plains of Washington State, now from the coastal forests of Oregon. The man, the myth, the man, G23.
So, before the show started, I was talking with New York Outcast with Rob about this website that's been sharing a bunch of my content, especially on Major 114. So I'll just kind of show you guys. So you got a nice little forum here. You got Oregon Rifle Works, which I've seen them in a couple of my live streams when I was doing Major 114 hearing. And then defensive training, Buster Beaver, Cerakote, Sporting Systems. So if you're in Washington, you guys know these guys. Gun Deals, Highline Firearms. Not sure who these guys are. Southwest Firearms, J&B Firearm Sale, and then you can advertise. So, yeah, they've got a bunch of different topics here and events that are happening in the Northwest. So, and then you've got outdoor shooting areas. So if you don't want to be a member to like a gun club, you can pick what state you're in and they'll tell you. So, looks like a kind of a really cool place. So, if I can figure out how to do this, I'll post the link to it. So we have Reloader 762 who has joined us out there. So welcome, everyone. Have I missed anyone else? I think that is everyone so far. So I know, Rob, you were in the chat a little bit yesterday. I don't remember if you were there the whole time. But what was some of your thoughts on listening to it?
Honestly, I wasn't really paying that much attention. I was, bullshitting in the chat, to be honest. So, I don't know. those things kind of annoy me sometimes. So I don't know. I don't really have anything on it, unfortunately. So sorry, I can't back you up.
Yeah, that's completely okay. So Boxcar Jerry is out there. Pony 47 is out there. So welcome, guys. I was one of the reasons I was talking about that the forum is because I check my analytics. I don't know if any other content creator out there like really kind of pays attention. And in there is one of the spots that will tell you like the leading platforms that are like pushing your content. And come to find out, this place was like outproducing YouTube and anybody. I was getting more views coming off of their platform, and I didn't know anything about them. And I live in the Pacific Northwest, and so I was like, "Hey, maybe I should check it out and see what it's all about." So I did, and I was like, "Wow, this is actually kind of cool," you know. So
Cool, you found another resource locally anyway for information and stuff too. So it's pretty neat.
yeah, that was what I was like, thinking, well, at least I have, like you said, I got another resource that I can go and check, and I can, kind of see if people are posting about rallies or, different kind of events that they have coming up. Other people posting about, different things that are happening because, it's not just Oregon, it's the entire Northwest. So, you got Wyoming, Washington, Idaho, Oregon, and stuff like that. So we've got Scott 79 who has joined us, and Mr. Defense Dad out there. So welcome, guys. You have anything like that over there by you, Rob, where you got some like forums that are kind of more dedicated to things that are happening in your area that you know of?
Not that I'm aware of. I'm sure there probably is something like that. But not that I'm aware of.
Well, there you guys go. If you're somewhere in the New York area, Pennsylvania, and you know of a forum, tag Rob in it, share it to him so he can find out information. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't mind going to a rally or two or, whatever. At least finding out information so he can let his viewers be able to know what's going on.
Yeah, always interested in information like that. So, obviously, if there is anybody out there in my area, definitely let me know. Pass the word.
Yeah. So there are some links out there to people. And we'll see if any of them join. But I may Send Defense Data link if he wants to join in. He says home from work. Soup is almost done in the crock pot. Zucchini bread in the oven. Alcohol time. I'm just trying to figure out why the alcohol time didn't come when he first walked in the door.
It's usually better to eat before you drink, but I'm guilty of skipping that rule tonight myself, so.
Yep. So, I know, like 500 Mag says, best of luck from Georgia to New York and every other state as well. Yeah, if you guys are out and about, be careful, because right now there's some treacherous weather in places that normally don't get that kind of crap. And even in places that do get it, it seems to be a lot worse than other years. So, you want to go see family and friends and stuff, but, you definitely don't want to end up in the hospital or worse, end up in the morgue, so we do care about you guys' safety.
Yeah, and dress, for the damn weather. Don't run around out there in below freezing temperatures and shorts and shit. So, because, shit happens. And whether you end up being a witness or part of this shit, it's going to suck if you're freezing your ass off out there in shorts. So, dress for the occasion. Obviously, if you're like Moo and got to do 3 swipes down your driveway, that's your business. But, when you're out and about or, your kids or whatever, make sure there's appropriate clothing, because we can't predict the future. And that's part of our jobs, I think, is being, I don't know, parents or the responsible ones. Yeah, make sure that's instilled. So just been seeing a lot of kids running around, even today, people running around wearing like a hoodie. Like, that's it. Yeah, it's like, it's crazy. I don't understand. Like, if one thing goes wrong in the chain of events throughout your day, you're screwed. So be smarter.
G Webb says, if the weather sends one of us to the hospital, we send one of them to the morgue. That's the Chicago way. Oh.
That's something.
Yeah. I feel sorry for some of you guys, that are 5 degrees, 20 degrees, 20 degrees below zero. That crap's nasty. I'm kind of glad I moved away from the cold. Was it, I think yesterday morning, I heard it was like -7 degrees where I used to live. So, yeah, that was with wind chill. It was -7 degrees. So, that gets pretty damn cold.
Yeah, when you get down to those temps, it doesn't take too long for you not to be comfortable, that's for sure. So, yeah, that's just why I'm pointing out, be smart about that craps with your kids or grandkids or whatever. Your kids show up with grandkids dressed in little, Walmart sweatshirts. You should be putting an ass whooping down.
So, welcome Alaska One Andy, MCK, Daniel God is my jugs, reloading from the hot pot. So, no, Daniel, I do not live in Cali. You cannot get me to move to California. I'm Southern Oregon, and we fighting over here. So we have Andrew Carmichael out there. So yeah, you guys seem to be dealing with lots of cold. So yeah, I mean, just because some of the people want to try making this new California, the new Republic of China, Part 4, whatever you want to refer to it, we ain't taking it sitting down. So, you know, so figured I'd hop on, you know, be a half-ass consistent. You know, normally I'm here on Saturdays. There are some times that can't do it. Life gets in the way. So, damn, Defense Dad. He said they had -5 with -32 wind chill. even my wife gasped at that. You know, that'd be like borderline, like the max of what the coat I have. My coat's a Sub-Zero coat that I do have just in case cold weather, and it's a -40.
Dude, don't judge your gear by the rating. That's the first mistake. If it says -40, then you're probably comfortable around freezing, but I would not push it or count on it. So it's one thing I've come across. A lot of that stuff. Yeah, I think it's most ideal conditions or this or that or whatever. Like anything, like auto manufacturers with mileage or whatever. It says -40, you're probably going to be freezing long before that.
Well, I do know that I was still comfortable at -10 degrees in that coat. So,
For how long? 8-hour workday or going to pump gas?
we were caught in a snowstorm, and it was
How many hours, man? How many hours?
12 hours.
Outside with no breaks?
Yeah, we were shut down. There was no hotels, nothing. So we ended up sleeping in a U-Haul truck. Every once in a while, we'd turn the heater on, but
Well, there you go.
we couldn't even put gas in. We couldn't even put gas in the U-Haul for 9 hours because they had lost power. So we were very well inert.
You're out of the wind. You're in a vehicle, and you've got an occasional heater. So that's not a fair and honest judgment. Just saying.
Yeah, Pat in the bunker said -38 with wind chill 2 days ago. Damn.
Yeah, we had -9, or felt like -19 last night. It was 0, I guess, with the wind. Yeah, -19 is what they came up with. So right now we're at like 7 degrees, and it feels like -16 or something. I just seen, but I don't know. It's cold. It's cold enough to be a problem. So yeah,
Hell,
if you're unprepared, it's definitely cold enough to be a problem.
at 34 degrees, it's cold enough to be problems, you know? Because body can go into shock and hypothermia, you know? So stuff isn't to be played around with. Yeah. I know, what was it? places in Michigan and places back east fucking lost power during this, brutal cold. I think people up in Portland also lost power, which, hey, it's Portland. No, never a good time to be freezing cold and losing power. A few years ago, when we got what they called snowmageddon around here, I kind of laughed at it, but yeah, we lost power for like 3 days. We were kind of fortunate because there were some people that were without power for over 2 months, close to 3 months before they got power back because of where they lived. So, yeah, just be careful, guys. Damn, Alaska One Andy says his heating fuel went from $165 a month to $490 a month. Holy fuck.
Yeah, it's a big issue this year for a lot of people. So, and yeah, I've said it a dozen times. I'll say it again. Now it doesn't help, but yeah, I don't know. People's finances, whatever. Maybe you save your tax money, but whatever the case is, it's cheaper to buy it all in the summer. Normally, when prices are lower. I know this last year things were jacked up, but companies will try to like get out of it. Some just won't do it. Some will. So you got to kind of shop around. But basically, you can buy your whole expected amount for the year up front when it's cheaper, and then accept delivery scheduled out. And you're getting it in the dead of winter. He'd be getting it at that 100 and something and whatever he was paying versus 4 or whatever it is. It would be delivered now, but it would still be at that initial cost of the 100 and something. So it's a lot cheaper if you can do that. So obviously the companies know this, so they're a little funky about it, and sometimes they don't want to do it. But there's a lot of companies out there that still will. So I'd recommend shopping around. I tell everybody this shit every winter because everybody says the same damn thing, and it's like the next year they do the same damn thing. So I don't get it. But buy that shit when it's cheap and schedule it out when it's not.
So Sam of Anarchy says, how's your buddy with 40 cal, or aren't you carrying the 40 today? I have the 40 within 3 feet of me. So yeah. And Uplift Mofo Party Plan, welcome. And he says, when you find yourself sleeping in a U-Haul truck, it's time to review your life choices. So it was May 1st, 2012, 2013. We were moving back from South Carolina back to Washington. And you'd think, hey, this is May. It should be, pretty clear sailing, right? We got hit with a freak storm, and it shut down. I mean, when you see semis leaving the freeway and pulling off, you know something bad's happening. And so, yeah, we ended up following them and ended up at a truck stop overnight. So, needless to say, if we would have just kept driving slowly, it was like 15 miles west of where we were. The weather cleared up for a while, and we could have had clear sailing, but none of us knew that.
It's light. I had to sleep in my truck in the winter on my way to Wyoming years back. I left in the winter, so it was already cold as hell. I don't know the temperature, but it was cold. And heading up by the Great Lakes, like the plows were pulled over on the side. Like they gave up for the night or some shit. I don't know because it was coming down bad. And I'm cruising along. Had left hours prior or whatnot during the afternoon that day, New York. So I'm cruising through there at night, and something starts acting up in my truck. So yeah, here I am pissed off like a blizzard. Plows are pulling over, and my truck's responding in a way that I have to like stay on the gas for it to run right. And
Yeah,
that's
because your
what
fuel's your
no,
fuel.
it wasn't fuel. I blew out in a donut ring on my exhaust,
Oh,
man, and basically, don't ask me why. I have no idea why the hell it acts like this. But whenever I blow one of those out, like you got to stay on the gas or the truck doesn't want to run. Like I don't know if it's back pressure. I can't explain it. I'm not, I don't know. But either way, it'll backfire a bit, and you basically got to stay on the gas. So basically, I just push it through, man. Like plows are pulled over, and I'm just like speeding up to about 70, slowing back down to about 40, getting back on it, speeding up to like 70. And I made it all through that shit, man. Like fishtailing sideways, all four tires just cropping in the wind like I'm in a goddamn plane. It was crazy, but I made it. But anyway, I ended up sleeping in the truck for like, I don't know, 4 hours or some shit like that in this, rest area and shit like that. Man, I froze my ass off, bro. Like clothes, blankets, everything. Running the truck froze my ass off. I wish I knew the temperature. And I don't know why I'm getting into this. Probably because I'm buzzed or something. But anyway, I know about sleeping in the truck when it's cold or U-Haul, and that shit sucks.
yes. So I see we are joined out there by Miss She-Fires. So welcome, Chicago Mike the Shooter's out there. So welcome everyone, and definitely I hope everyone a safe and Merry Christmas, Happy Yule, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate.
Yes, happy holidays. For the record, that following morning I pulled off at AutoZone and put a new donut ring right in the parking lot and shit, and everything was good from then on out. But I just got to throw that in there. But sorry. Yeah, hopefully everybody's having a good holiday, enjoying themselves, doing their thing. Thanks for joining us.
Yep. Got a text from Mr. Foss saying he would be here shortly. So we shall see if maybe he fell back asleep or if he's going to show back up. So, again, for everyone who wasn't here at the beginning, found a new resource. And it was because of my analytics. I'll throw the link to it out there. This is northwestfirearms.com. It's a forum, plus there's links so you can go to firearm stores and stuff if you want to. And they were promoting my channel during the major 114 hearings, and I gained I think 32 subscribers from hosting those majors. So hopefully everyone enjoys the content. I know we don't always keep everything PG, but it's the life. Go ahead, Rob. What were you going to say?
Oh no, sorry, I was just throwing in hell no on the PG aspect.
Defense Dad says, I like donuts. Coke donuts are the best. So, welcome, fellow Oregonian CB. Merry Christmas.
What kind of donuts did he say was the best?
Coca-Cola.
Well, I've never heard of Coca-Cola donuts.
So, Mr. 223DMR is out there. Welcome. And he says, hey, Chevy guy.
Hey. What's up, Ford guy? Hopefully you're enjoying your holiday.
Oh.
Oh, damn, I was
Defense,
about to throw milk in with rum. You believe that shit?
Defense Dad says, it says cake donuts, man. LOL. My bad. I blame New York Outcast, you know.
You blaming me, man?
For misreading Defense Dad's comment.
Oh.
I mean, everybody knows that you always blame the Yorker, right?
Supposed to blame it on the rain.
But it's not raining.
It's always rain somewhere.
What's going on, Mr. DM Foss, the co-host extraordinaire?
Not much.
So, She-Fire says, you must be tipsy. Rob, milk and rum. I know, that just does not sound... I mean, yeah, I get it, because eggnog, but isn't eggnog supposed to be mixed with, like, brandy?
I don't know. I guess you could mix it with whatever you like, but yeah, the milk was a mistake. So corrected that with Coca-Cola, but so my apologies there. Although it probably would have been entertaining to see me put milk and rum and possibly throw up live on air, but unfortunately, you've been deprived from that because I did catch myself. So a little tipsy.
Yes, because if you mix milk and Coke, it is going to curdle in your stomach, and you're going to be puking. More likely than not.
I don't know. Because years ago, my mom was like, try this. And it was a glass of milk with Pepsi in it. And honestly, it tasted pretty good. But
Okay.
I cannot bring myself to do it again. Now, don't ask if she was trying to kill me. I don't know. That's a whole long story that I don't want to depress everybody. But needless to say, I don't know. It didn't taste that bad. It was actually decent, but I just can't bring myself to ever make that drink.
That's what Laverne from Laverne and Shirley always talked about.
Really?
So here's the difference. Pepsi is not as carbonated as Coke. It is a lot sweeter. And so it's not going to have the chemical reaction to milk that Pepsi will have.
That sounds like a fun fact. You're only going to learn here, folks.
And to test that, all you have to do is crack a brand new Coke, crack a brand new Pepsi, and see which one has more of a bite to it. It's going to be the Coke. And people are talking about, like, that's a root beer float without ice cream. And
Maybe. I like root beer floats. I was actually just talking about them last night. Like, I should have got the stuff to do them, but I didn't. So
I keep root beer just so we can have root beer floats when we want to.
that's cool.
yes, but what kind of a root beer?
Henry Weinhardt's.
Not bad.
It's-
Don't think I've ever heard of it.
Yeah, it's probably one of the best root beer. Well, it's really good root beer to start with. But for floats, it's really good.
So Henry Weinhardt's is also a beer, but they make root beer and they make orange cream sodas.
Yeah, we keep orange too because my wife doesn't like root beer. So
They make those so that you can always hand your kid one of the root beers, so they can pretend like their daddy. During the football game, while you're sipping on your beer, they're sipping on their root beer.
They used to have a steakhouse I think it was up in Silverdale, and you could bring a container in and pay to have them fill it with beer. So there, when we went there, there's a line, people with milk jugs and stuff like that, getting jugs of beer. I doubt they're still there.
So we've been joined by Mr. A.R. Guns 1776. Welcome.
I would always use like A&W for floats.
Yeah, the problem with A&W is it's too creamy to start with. So when you get the ice cream in there, it's way too creamy. That's the nice thing about like the Henry Weinhardt's. I don't know, it's hard to describe because you've never had it.
Yeah.
So-
Well, I'll keep an eye out. During travels or something, maybe I'll discover it. So, like
Thomas-
that I can do because if I'm driving, I could drink a soda, so that ain't gonna bother me. But give it a
Thomas
try.
Kemper is also a good one.
I found a new rum recently, so guy stopped by the house, had a few drinks. Actually, it looks like his bottle's gone. He left a bottle here. I got to sample it, and basically, so I started picking that up because it's cheaper than Captain. So I don't know if anybody's familiar or in the rum, but this is the stuff. So
I used to be until the night I had half a fifth of vodka and half a fifth of rum, and it's the rum that I could taste when it came back up. So I don't drink rum anymore.
yeah, so this shit's like $22 a bottle, where my Captain's a bit more. But honestly, taste wise, I don't really taste much difference. So
Yeah, I think Kraken is.
between the Captain, which I got a tiny bit over this.
I think Kraken has come out in the last 10 years or so. They're a newer one, or not Captain, a Kraken.
Yeah, I don't know. It was new to me, but it's a couple dollars cheaper and stronger than the regular Captain. So they have the higher proof Captain, but that's a bit more money as well. So seems to be a pretty good deal. So I'm liking it so far. Like, he came over last week with a bottle, and this is my second bottle. So not that I'm an alcoholic, but we killed a whole bottle last weekend. And I just picked this up on the way home today.
So we have Mr. Only June out in the crowd. Guys, if you have not checked out his channel, I've linked to a couple of his videos. He does a lot of good videos where he's sitting in his vehicle smoking a cigar and does some thought-provoking videos, on different topics. I'd definitely say check him out.
Is that a hand rolled cigar?
I've never actually asked him if it was a hand rolled cigar. So if Only wants to comment, he can let us know what kind of cigars he partakes in. So I know we have Uncle Jim out in the crowd. Who else was out there? Thoughts of an Old Soldier. So Mr. Lee is out there. Great guy. I know him and his son or son-in-law are attempting to get a nice business off the ground. So I would definitely check him out. And if you're in the Tennessee area and you will maybe want a little more training or, pointers or whatever, talk with him, see what he can do to maybe help up your game.
What type of business? Now that you say that, I haven't seen any of his videos in quite a while. So I'm curious if YouTube unsubscribed me or what the hell happened there. But
so his main channel, Thoughts of an Old Soldier, has been having some problems with YouTube. They don't seem to like him very much right now.
Okay.
So he does post more on his business channel. So
what's the business channel then?
Crap. Lee, if you could throw a link to your second channel. And sorry, I said Tennessee, but it's North Carolina. We have a 6-shooter Texan out there. So he's been doing. He's starting a business with like training. Let me.
JNL Shooting Academy.
Yes,
That's what it is.
JNL.
Yeah, I'll put a link here in a second.
And L or the sign and?
J. It's the and sign.
Okay.
I'm putting a link out there.
JNL what? Sorry.
Shooting. Just give me a second. Jesus Christ.
Well, I'm just trying to write it down. I don't know. Sorry.
So there's a link for it.
So it's J and sign L Shooting Academy.
Okay, cool. I'll look that up later. Yeah, if anybody doesn't know, I'd recommend checking them out. So, in my opinion, yeah, I don't know. I've got respect for that guy. He's put his time in. And even at the age he is, I'm still going to point it out. And it might be embarrassing, but, he was out there basically trying to run drills, getting in shape with him and his boy. So, I envy that. I like that. I like the fact of being about it and not just talking about it. So if you're unfamiliar with his channel, I'd say check him out. So he definitely put in his dues, and he's probably got quite a bit of experience that could be passed on to other people, or tips or whatever. So even if you're already good for say, we can always learn something new. So definitely check him out.
Yeah, what was it? Last year?
The alcohol.
Last year, when he was doing the walking the property, doing different PT drills, carrying the rifle, carrying a rucksack, you know.
Dude, he's running back and forth. I mean, he ain't a spring chicken, so, and he's struggling and putting it on camera. It's not all high speed, badassery, John Wick shit. It's reality, and truthfully, a lot of people need a reality check. So, again, I respect the man. I'll put it that way. So, might not be your flavor, but check it out. Shit, there's a lot of people half his age that won't get off their ass and actually do something. So you guys should come up with something else before I keep going.
Well, he says he's humbled, sir. So yeah, you know, we've got Mr. Travis T out in the crowd. So Only says, Pardon Punch God of Fire is the brand of cigars.
I'm not a cigar guy. I was just curious. That's cool, man. I'd appreciate a good cigar, going through the motions, having a drink, and knowing the difference. But my experience of cigars have been like Phillies and Dutch Masters.
Yep. There's only one real reason why you have a Philly. Yep, Andy 79Z28 is correct. He says, you cannot be old school unless you are old, as you have never learned old school. Yep.
I don't know about that because, values get passed on. I would claim I'm old school, and depending on people's definition, I might not be considered old. But it's like credit to me to this day. Like, credit's a bad thing. Society says it's a good thing. You're supposed to have credit. It's a bad thing if you don't have credit or whatever. But to me, it still feels like asking your parents for a loan or trying to borrow something. Like, it seems shameful. So I don't know. That's just me. I understand. And everybody's like, well, how can you buy a house? How can you do that? Yeah, I don't want to go through a whole debate, but you can save. I mean, you can be your own banker, but that's just crazy talk. But that's old school. Damn, I'm making these drinks too strong. Sorry, guys.
So, Reloader 762 says, my good buddy is a cigar aficionado. I got to smoke a good Cuban once in a while. So, yeah. Mr. Jamie JH586 is out there saying Merry Christmas to everybody. So, return the...
Christmas, Jamie.
So, earlier, Mr. G Webs was doing his live stream Ask Gun Questions, and I threw out the question 380 or 38 special, best Christmas gift, and he kind of ran with that and was like, we should do a Gun Channels challenge where you buy a box of ammo for somebody, and buy ammo that they don't have a firearm in that caliber, so they have to go and buy that firearm before the end of 2023. I was like, hell yeah, that I would definitely do that. So
I'd probably gift it.
what?
Said I'd probably regift it. There's certain calibers I'm just not interested in. And it's no disrespect, don't get me wrong, but it's just, not why I'm into guns.
I've got a box of 380 right here and a box of 38 right here.
Yeah, but what if all of a sudden you got home from work and there was a box of 25 ACP on your front porch?
That'd make a nice gift for somebody with a 25 ACP. Shit, I ended up getting a deal on my tires with 40 cal because I sold my Glock that I had years ago and still had a shitload of 40. So I got a screaming deal on those tires just because I threw in a little bit of ammo. Like, dude was ecstatic about it. You know what I mean? So, hell of a deal on tires.
So we got Mr. Knives out there going,
What's up, Knife?
chocolate.
Yeah, baby.
Come on, wouldn't it be fun to all of a sudden you're like, hey, I just got this box of ammo, so now I'm gonna go get a 7mm Mauser so I can shoot it because somebody took the time that knows you and were like, hey, I'm gonna try to open his eyes, try to broaden their perspective.
I don't know, man. People got their own thing going on. People got their own bills, their own private life. They're paying for shit. That just might be a wasted gift to some people. You know what I mean? Where it's, hey, if things were different, I'd love to be able to just go buy whatever gun you think I should own. But unfortunately, I live in reality and, rents due.
Someone should buy G23 a box of 45 Gap.
I would have zero problems going and getting what's it? Glock 34. I think this does the 45 Gap. Could be wrong, but I'd go do it just for the hell of it. Why not?
45 Gap? Are you kidding me? Because you're a Glock guy. That's the only reason.
Hell,
He's like half the crowd out there is like 45. What?
37. It's a Glock 37. Hell, why not? Uncle Jim says 34 is 9mm, so 500 mag says I like 45 Gap. See?
Oh, there's always one. There's always one. There's always one guy that likes to drive around to 5 different stores to find a box of ammo.
The wife just yelled out, "It's 55 degrees here."
All right, do me a favor. Go smack the shit out of her because it's freezing here, God damn it.
Rob says, "Do me a favor, go smack the crap out of her because it's freezing cold here." Oh, so
I'm messing around. I give my 4 warnings. I'm getting fucked up, so I apologize for anything that comes from me from this point on.
So Only says, "I'm back. Had to step out. What did I miss?" So we're talking about like taking on the challenge where maybe you buy a box of ammo for one of your buddies in a caliber you know they don't have, so that they have to go buy a gun before the end of the year to be able to shoot that ammo. I think, or I guess if you're a reloader and your buddies wouldn't mind shooting your reloads, go ahead and do that. I wouldn't hand out my reloads just because I would feel bad if something happened, like a squib or anything like that. So yeah. Mr. Knives says it's 69 degrees. So
Damn you, Knives. Chocolate's probably melting 69 degrees. I wish it was 69 degrees.
it'd be like if somebody went and got Jamie, a 450 Bushmaster, a box of 450 Bushmaster. And if he didn't have a rifle, he'd have to go get a rifle and 450 Bushmaster. Or, if you went with an AR caliber, and your friend's got the AR, already, all you'd have to do is go get a new upper. It's not like you'd be spending a whole hell of a lot of money.
Well, Jamie's got connections. I mean, he would get offered like double the ammo and a caliber he has by one of the other guys out there. So, Jamie's another cool guy out there, if you guys don't know. Mr. JH. So, check the guy out. Seems decent. Seems like a good guy. Loves his granddaughter, which to me is a cool thing. I don't know. That just sounds weird, probably because I'm drunk, but I don't know. Jamie seems like a cool dude. So I don't want to say seems. He is a cool dude, even though I don't even know him. But I'm going to put that out there.
He's willing to get drunk to raise money for somebody and pass out on live stream.
No, that was Bald and Curious and Jana's Gay, or Alan B. Pro.
Oh, sorry.
Does Bald need bail money again?
No, it was a couple years ago.
Oh, I thought he, test drove another car.
When doesn't he need bail money? I mean, did you watch his video where he rolled up to a car accident?
Yeah, that's typical, though. That's typical. You try to help people out and you get treated like a freaking criminal around here. That's how shit goes. Like, that's New York, man. Like, almost same shit happened to me years ago. I can't remember if I was in New York or not. I was on the way to the city, but old lady was flipped over in the median, and it was a big pile up and shit. I wasn't in it, but I got out and tried to help the lady, and basically just sat there with her. And when the cops roll up, they were dixing me too. Like, I don't know, man. Like, that's New York cops. You ask them like a question, they're dicks. You get one of them 24-hour like exhaust or headlight tickets. Try to catch a cop to get him to sign off on that shit within 24 hours. Good luck. You're gonna have to run through fucking lights and catch him at a gas station or something, because They just will not stop for your ass. They're assholes. I don't mean every cop, but in general, New York cops are assholes.
Why wouldn't you just go to the precinct or to the
Because
sheriff's
there's an
department?
officer right there. You know, it's like all they gotta do is get an officer to sign off. So I don't know. It's a damn. Again, obviously I switched that to personal, and it was a damn fiasco. So you can't go to the department, go in, check your gun in, go through all the bullshit, and everybody's like, "Bring your gun in." You're damn right. Bring my goddamn gun in. I'm not a criminal. I don't give a shit. Let them check that shit in. But you go through all that bullshit, but that's, if there's one right there not doing shit anyway, then why can't he just sign a damn thing? He tried it. God forbid I needed help. I had to chase the guy halfway across town.
Maybe the dude just wants to take a nap. Have you thought maybe he just needed a nap and he didn't want to deal with your BS?
Maybe. He signed the damn paper. I caught his ass at a gas station. So, though it wasn't helpful that I was getting him to sign it on an exhaust ticket and I was under a canopy at a gas station. But he signed it off. He wasn't going to bother to get down and bust me for that flex pipe.
Oh,
Damn.
Uncle Jim says, my brother owns buildings in New York. I still won't visit.
Yes, New York's a problem, man. They want your money, that's for sure. One way or another, you're gonna pay.
Mr. Jamie says, Foss, I'm church-going Baptist. I would never get drunk on YouTube.
I'm sorry. I know I mixed up. I got mixed up. I apologize.
No, I get drunk for Jamie on YouTube, so don't give him no shit. That's my place, my responsibility.
But they're both pretty cool guys. Both Alan B. Pro and Jamie, both really good stand-up guys.
Alan's pretty cool.
So we've got Hobbies Hobos here. So welcome, Hobbies. And when I was doing my rundown of lists of holidays, Christmas, Yule, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, I forgot to mention our fellow brothers and sisters in Canada with Happy Boxing Day.
Oh, the hell with them assholes sending all this cold weather down here. I had to break into my truck with a goddamn screwdriver because the doors are froze just to get my snow brush to clean my goddamn car off, which my car passenger door was froze. Like, the hell with Canada. You guys are all right any other time, but all this shit's coming from you.
Actually, if you want to get technical, all of it's coming from Washington and Oregon. That's where the cold air
bastards.
So we got hit with some cold, but as it's going through the Midwest and going east, it's getting colder and colder and colder. And especially when it goes across the Great Lakes, it gains super cold strength. And by the time it hits you guys in Yorkville, it's probably negative 400.
Well, it's definitely BS. By the time it hits here, it's BS, man. Wind is going crazy. Everything's freezing. Like, what the hell? It's ridiculous. I mean, you think I live in the damn north or something. What the hell?
Hobbies Hobo says, isn't Boxing Day a thing in the U.S.? It's on our calendars, and it's in parentheses, Canada. Canadian holiday.
Day after Christmas, I punched my kids. It's Boxing Day.
Isn't Boxing Day where you're supposed to box up the presents that you got that you didn't want, take them back to the store?
You give them to your servants. That's what Boxing Day is.
So we've got Hebrew Hammer and hunting and stuff with J&J. So welcome.
J&J knows about my weather. Horrible, man. Horrible.
Guns website says boxes are legal here every day in the U.S. Yeah, we don't have one specific day to go out and stockpile of boxes.
You can play with boxes legally as long as you have consent.
Well, just make sure to have your protection. Safety first.
Rich White says Boxing Day is how the British got rid of their ugly Christmas sweaters and Canadians thought it was a good idea. So
pretty sure that Boxing Day was the rich English the day after Christmas would give their servants gifts. Something like that.
well,
Yeah, something like that too.
Lee says Boxing Day started in Britain as a day where you boxed up all your decorations. Huh.
Hmm.
And that's kind of what Hobby's Hobo says. For us, Boxing Day is really just a name for day after Christmas. Officially, I guess it was the day to put away all the wrappings and garbage in boxes and clean up. A 20-minute job.
Well, according to
20 minutes.
a quick Google search, it says a day that started as a European tradition of donating money and boxes of clothing, materials, etc., to the less fortunate.
Okay. So maybe giving away all your extra shit. I don't know. Something. Kind of like making the kids clean out the toy box before Christmas. But instead it's after Christmas and you're boxing it up and giving shit away to people. I don't know. I know a 20-minute decoration pickup sounds ridiculous. That would be the world we want to live in, but I don't know about your house, but it takes more than damn 20 minutes to clean all this shit up. So
No, see, you just rip it all down, throw it in boxes, throw it out in the garbage, and be like, okay, next year I get new.
why? Because you hit the lotto? You're rich?
I was just being
You
a smart
holding out
ass.
on us, bro? You holding out?
So I like gun websites. He says in Canada, on the day after Xmas, you give a box of weird caliber ammo to friends. Then they need to go buy a gun in that caliber in the next year. Or they have bad luck.
Guess I'm cursed.
So Uncle Jim says, we took care of the Brits, Hobby, or Hobo. And yeah.
Yeah, that shit shouldn't even be on our calendars.
Well, I think it's that, most of that stuff is on the calendar isn't like for like Britain and stuff. It's, they put in the parentheses Canada, like observed in Canada.
Calendar. You gotta stop buying them woke calendars, man.
Dude, it's been on the calendar since I was like a kid in 1984.
I don't know. I've had some dollar store calendars that I didn't see none of that shit on there.
That's because those calendars were from China.
Well, maybe they're on to something. I don't know.
I've
And
got
if
a
you-
calendar right here that's anti-woke. It doesn't have any holidays listed.
Erica! Good for you, man. Good for you.
So, Only June says favorite plinker. So, Rob, what's your favorite plinking gun?
Oh, shit. Probably my 1522. It'd either be that or the compact 22. One of those, both made by Smith & Wesson.
Foss?
My Howa 30-06. Blink with that. My Marlin 60. I'm not a huge fan of 22, but it's probably my favorite gun that I own.
I think 22 has definitely got to be probably the answer because it's cheap and it's in so many different platforms. I mean, from single action armies all the way to full auto Chris Vectors.
Yeah, don't show those. Those just make me sad. Those featureless rifles. They're just sad.
Hey, man. I love that thing. It wasn't always featureless, you know.
Only is talking about Vikings going crazy. Yeah, I watched some of the National Felons League today and saw the Vikings kick a 61-yard field goal to win it at the very end. I don't really care about either of them, but still kicking a 61-yard field goal. I mean, damn.
That's gay.
So we got Miss Vanessa Kitty out in the crowd. Welcome.
Bunch of guys in tights getting overpaid to run around the field, smack each other in the ass, commit crimes, beat the shit out of their women. I don't know why you people bother.
That's why I said National Felons League.
Dude, they wear spandex. What guy wears spandex? I'm sorry. Like, I just don't get it, man.
I'm pretty sure there's a video or a picture of you in spandex and a Glock t-shirt out there somewhere.
Oh, hell no. It would have to be photoshopped to hell and back because that just ain't a thing.
I'm pretty sure it was. It was probably one of those drunken nights that you were out dancing with Squatch.
No, dude. The closest thing I got to spandex is some Under Armour briefs that I bought at the PX. And the only reason I bought them is they were dirt freaking cheap, and I wasn't wearing the brownie, whatever the hell you want to call them. Horrible fucking underwear. I swear it's like used underwear. They just cycle through everybody or something. And they start off brown, so... Would you believe somebody actually stole my underwear to turn that shit in so they didn't get charged for it? They stole my goddamn dirty underwear out of the shower in the military. Like, I was in the shower, probably 10 feet away, and they came up and stole my dirty underwear.
I can believe that in New York.
I wasn't in New York when that happened, but
Maybe they're just,
Just
an
a good
admirer.
example. Everybody in the military ain't a good guy.
Or were they playing a prank on you?
Rob had a stalker.
Or somebody took his underwear and decided that they were going to sell it online and make like $20, you know, because there are some sick fuckers out there that have a fetish to like sniff underwear and socks and,
Maybe.
you know,
Maybe.
farts in a jar.
This is the closest thing I own to spandex. And I never wear these. I don't even know why the hell they're still in my drawer. I hated them when I got them. I don't even know which way is the front, bro. Like, what the hell? You know, they got the tag on the back like that. I think that's the back. Like, don't matter which way you put them on, they're uncomfortable.
Is there a fly on there? Or is there not? Because if there's not a fly on either side, those are girls.
Don't fly.
Then,
Yeah, they're men's. So they claim.
or that's what they were telling you just to laugh at you. That you're wearing females' chonies.
That shit is sealed all the way up. No fly, man. As close as I got to spandex. Besides a Columbia hat. That's kind of like, looks like a do-rag type thing. I don't know. This shit's warm as hell. It's all like Gore-Tex lined and it's some kind of silver shit in it or something. I don't know. But it's warm as hell. But it definitely looks like a do-rag.
So, yep. Even Rich White says that you bought women's chonies.
Kiss my ass, Rich. It's bullshit.
We have Parrot's Eye Photography out there, so welcome. Miss Kitty says, my very first Chief Master Sergeant E9 that was busted to prisoner status was summer 82 in Louisiana from my inspection, so not everyone is good in military. She says, at least the blanket didn't show up in the shower. So, yeah, at least you didn't get a blanket party in the shower.
Yeah. Nah. Nobody wanted to fight that hard for it. That's for damn sure. Man, it's crazy. I remember seeing people like almost encouraged to throw a blanket party. And then, you know, all of them got brought up on charges when they actually did it. Like they got set up. Like crazy, man. Again, I hold no responsibility for anything I say during this chat. It's the Kraken's fault.
Oh, I was talking with the wife because she didn't understand that I told her that one of the cats woke up hissing. Like it was kind of pissed off. I don't know why, because no one was around it.
Stop sitting on it, man.
No, the cat was like 10 feet away from me. And the cat that I'm talking about, she's mean. She's like fucking 20 pounds, and I guarantee you, she has bitten through my thumb, like punctured through the damn thumb.
Like
Through
when
the
you were
fingernail.
playing, he just came up and bit the shit out of you.
I was picking her up to put her in a carrier, and she just decided my thumb looked like lunch.
Oh, hell no. Hell no. See, that's that dominance thing. Your cat thinks you're its bitch. Sorry to be the one to tell you, but that's
Oh
what
no, I still shoved her ass in the carrier. She knows who's boss.
That's what you say.
Rich says, sounds like she was having a nightmare that the mice were gonna get her.
Well, it'd be understandable. I mean, after I learned how Mickey made the holes in the cheese, I'd be concerned. Got anything to say about that, Foss?
No comment.
What? You're not going to say the cheese had it coming or something?
No comment.
So we have Mr. Mark Thomas out there. And I keep seeing people say something to Mike, but I'm not seeing anywhere where Mike has
He deleted his comment.
or I was thinking it was Chicago Mike, and they're just saying Mike.
God. So,
I
did
I get
Chicago
confused.
Mike make a move on Chief Fires yet? Come on, bro. It's obviously, you like the chick.
Wait,
You
last
throw
week
anything out there? She turned you down? Did it not go well? What's up, man? What's the deal?
what is it with you and thinking everybody's got a thing for Miss Fires? I mean, are you hinting around that maybe you have something? Because last week it was me. Now this week it's Chicago Mike. Wow.
Dude, Mike was like out of the way to like, yo, yeah, this other chick, blah, 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 but it ain't my thing. What up, shorty? Like, yo, come on.
Oh. So we
I
have
ain't got you, Mike. Don't take it like that. It ain't like that, bro. But, I'm a dude. I see this shit.
So enjoy your supper, Mr. Jamie. I know we have David Walcott out there who says, what best cheese for either snack or part of meal? The pepper jack. Now they got a new pepper jack. It's a habanero and jalapeno jack. Actually, really, really good flavor. I'm just saying.
That's snack cheese, you saying? All around cheese?
Snack cheese or cheese to go in your meal.
Damn, that's a tough one. I mean, there's a lot of cheeses. That's like, what type of girl do you like? Holy shit, bro. That's a tough one. Damn. I don't know.
I go with cheddar as a default.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same. Like, just all in all, like across the board, cheddar's a safe bet. Yellow cheddar.
See,
If it's a black thing. I don't know. I've been told that's a black thing, but I like yellow cheddar.
y'all completely screwed this one up. The best answer is a charcuterie where you have the meat and cheeses. So you have different kinds of meats, different kinds of cheeses.
Spell it.
Well, he didn't ask cheeses. He said it was singular. Cheese. What cheese? Not what cheese is.
I'm picking the cheese based on the charcuterie. So there is multiple cheeses that is on that
The
dish.
black guy answer. Pick one, bro. Pick one. Which kid you like the most? Pick one.
Government cheese. Hands down, you ain't going to have any better of a grilled cheese sandwich than with government cheese.
They do make good grilled
Yeah.
cheese sandwiches.
I mean, yeah, like Miss Vanessa has a great choice of, I mean, do you want melty cheese? Do you want, like, what are you going after? Because, you know,
Well, it's all around cheese. What you could deal with. My understanding of the question, you know, in general, the most items that you would naturally eat. Shit, if you just want to talk about cheeses in general, I mean, there's lots of cheeses. Shit, goat cheese is good. You like chew on some goat cheese and some damn Monte Goyas. That's some good shit, man. Some of y'all don't know, but it ain't bad.
yeah, Gouda, Munster. I mean, yeah, it all depends on what you're going after. Provolone.
Unmolested cheese by Mickey Mouse or DM Foss is preferred.
That's why you don't pick Swiss. It doesn't have holes in it.
Well, Swiss is good for some things. Yeah, really. Like, I don't know, corned beef sandwich. Swiss is pretty good in that situation. I mean, there's a few situations Swiss is like the cheese. I should have said that funny. That's funny.
Vanessa Kitty brings up blue cheese.
Blue
You
cheese
know?
is good. Wings, salad. Like, you know, some people would probably cringe at salad, but I've had some nice salads with cranberries and blue cheese and stuff in them. I mean, these are like $28 salads, but they're nice freaking salads.
Yeah, well, you know, the funny thing is not too far down the road from me is the world's best blue cheese. They actually won the competition in France.
You bastard. You got the world's best blue cheese, best anything next door to you, and you ain't sent me a damn sample? You son of a bitch. And I refer to you as a friend. You see this shit? Now I want your wife to smack you.
So if I gave you her blue cheese, that'd be like the last time you ever heard from me. Because she would straight murder me.
Dude, I sent her some of my damn coffee that was gifted to me, by the way. And sure, you say you drank it and she didn't like it and shit, but still, it's a principle. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you're supposed to hook it up, bro.
The next time I order some Rogue Valley blue cheese, I will.
You know what? Don't call me for a kidney. Don't call me.
Rob loves blue cheese, and he's like, now he's mad at you for not sharing the world's best blue cheese.
Nah,
with
bro.
him.
I'm mad at you. I'm mad at you. Bros, bro. You're supposed to know this shit. You son of a bitch.
Yes, I am. Do you hear her?
Not really. I'm laughing to myself. It's a drunk thing. Sorry.
Yeah, the blue cheese, the Rogue Valley blue cheese, the silver medal winning, which is one of their lower tiers,
You know how much I'd appreciate that on a nice salad.
is
And
$18.
mixed veggies and shit. You know, you eat. Yes, there's some spinach in there. I seen comments earlier or somebody saying something. Yes. What's wrong with spinach in your damn salad? I mean, is that a crime? Is it really?
Yes, this stuff is like $18 for uh what's it, a wedge.
A wedge. What's a wedge?
You,
Boss,
see,
what's a wedge?
why would
Like
I
a
like,
Potato wedge?
pie slice.
yeah,
of
it's an
cheese.
8-ounce triangle slice of cheese and it's like $18.
Okay. Okay.
This is the same cheese that here about a month ago they served to the president of France.
Okay. Did it have parasites in it? I heard there's some fabulous cheese we're not allowed to have because it has parasites in it.
Dick cheese? What?
I don't know. But did you see Bald's picture of Nancy Pelosi? Like, truthfully, if she looked like that, that's not such a bad deal.
Have a good Christmas, Rich.
Should definitely put a disclaimer up.
So yes, have a good Christmas and have a good wrestling chat.
Wrestling, huh? I don't know, man. They wear spandex, bro. I don't know. You guys do wrestling in school?
I did a tournament. I was not on the wrestling team. They did a tournament for people who wanted to try it that weren't on the wrestling team. I took second place.
Nice, man. Nice.
So this here is Rogue River Blue, $240 for a wheel of cheese. So that's that whole circle. World champion at the 2019-2020 World Cheese Award.
Gave that cheese to a regular dude like me. Would I think it's worth that cost?
You would understand that it is way different than any other kind of blue cheese you have ever tried in your life.
Does it give you a happy ending?
So I would probably send you something like this. Just because, well, you could probably understand. Cheese Lover Cheddar. It's $14.
Okay. Okay. It's cheese, man. Throw that
It's
shit on some burgers. Give it a try. I'd appreciate it.
8-ounce block. So that and it is organic.
Now, if you really want to be cool, you can send me about 4 of those so I can make mac and cheese. But I'm happy with one. Don't get me wrong.
Let's see. There's looking for the this one isn't bad. and it's $17 for 6.5 ounces. So
Nice. That'd be great. Crumble up on a salad. You ever tried goat cheese?
yes, I love feta.
Okay. See, I wasn't sure feta was actually goat cheese. I always got mine from a Bodego.
So feta,
Or
there's
something.
3 types of feta. You have like the traditional feta, which is goat cheese, and then you have more of your non-traditional, which has a goat and cow mix.
Hmm.
And then you have some people that will do more of it's more of the cow milk, less goat milk. So it's probably like a 70-30 mix.
Okay. Well, I can tell you, one of my favorite dishes, and I know nobody cares, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Feta chicken. You take like chicken breasts and you pull the skin up and stuff it with cheese, feta cheese, bake that shit, and oh my God, that shit is good, man. Let me tell you, you want me to fix something at your house? Make me feta chicken.
There you go. That's a good blue cheese right there. Look how crumbly that is. Look how creamy that is.
Oh, man, looks are looks. It's the taste that matters. I mean, shit. Look at women. It's the taste that matters.
So when you go, if you ever make it to the Rogue Valley, this is down in Central Point. And yes, I mean, they have an amazing grilled cheese. Out in front of the building is this old 54 or 34. Yeah, it's a 34 Ford pickup.
Oh, hell no. Hell no.
Right there. It's like right, just parked there.
Yeah, because it can't drive.
Yep.
That's cool, though. I mean, you got something famous in your area. I mean, cheese makes a deal, whether it's pizza, whether it's a sandwich or a sub. Like, the cheese kind of completes it. I don't know. Maybe I'm nuts, but like pizza with cheese that just don't taste right, or they use that low fat shit or something. I don't know. It just ain't the same, you know. Like real cheese there is no substitute.
So we've got Chris Lang out there, and Mr. Big Al's out there. So welcome everyone. Merry Christmas.
Damn, dude, I just realized Rich sent me a link to his wrestling show. Like, that's crazy. Yeah. Unless it's female mud wrestling, I don't know shit about that. I seen
Well,
Miss Fuji.
he said he's not doing the wrestling show. He's doing his Christmas chat tonight.
Ah, okay. Okay. All right. Well, that makes sense then.
So Mark says, I'm with you, Big Al. I'd love to listen to Vanessa on a chat panel. I've invited her on many a times. So,
Well, Vanessa's Vanessa, so
yep.
she's a badass. She's not somebody I'd want problems with, and I understand she's a teacher, so if you're her lover, if you screw up, she'll make you do it again. So it could be a good thing. Uh, but yeah. Everybody doesn't want to get online, so I was like that for years. Like technically, I wasn't even allowed to for a period. But besides that, it's just not my thing. It's just like not my thing for Facebook and all this other shit. So yeah, maybe we're getting the Vizette. We're getting the Vanessa she wants to give us. So be thankful for that. Yeah, that Kraken works, folks.
So we have Shady Hill Homestead out there. Welcome. So, yeah. So, goals. Do you have any goals for your YouTube channel next year, Rob?
Goals? Nah, not really. Not really. Hopefully, I won't lose a shitload of subscribers. That would be my goal, I guess. I don't know, man. My channel's just kind of blowing in the wind, I guess. So, hopefully, it doesn't disappoint anybody. But really, I'm not in this for money. I'm in it to, I guess, learn something. Maybe I can help somebody with something. Maybe I don't know, I can inspire somebody to get out and go to a rally or something. Although I haven't done many lately, but I don't really have any goals for my channel, unfortunately. So if you're looking for a go-getter, I apologize, but I just kind of go with what's going on. I noticed sometimes when I post something, usually it's like a bug, and I'll post like a bunch of things, and then other times I'm just like, so sorry, this is the reality, the drunk honest truth. So I'm not in it for money. If anything, the companionship is the payoff. So plus I won free chicken on Gary's show today, so that's pretty cool, man.
You had a show today?
Yesterday?
Yeah, that's what I meant, yesterday.
I was like, wow. I didn't even get a notification about that. So, I sent G-Web's link if he wants to join in. Gun website says all days are like on in New York, so they're all the same damn day.
Technically, there's a difference in the date, but I'm a little touched at the moment.
Mr. Foss, do you have any goals for your channel, either end of year or next year?
Not really. No, I don't know what I'm doing.
Take your overnight from every other weekend to every weekend?
Yeah, no.
Well, DM Foss, Mr. Foss, your show's great. The timing sucks, but your show is pretty good. So I just want to say I encourage you to continue on doing what you're doing, because even with the late hour, it's still decent. And at that time, everybody isn't go 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 anyway, so it kind of lines up all right sometimes. But you and Baron are pretty good. I think you cover some decent topics, and it might be beneficial if it was earlier because more people could see it. Because honestly, a lot of your topics are, I don't know, serious note or whatever, constitutional shit people should know, and speak on. But it's a late time frame, so I'll give it that. I will state your videos are freaking awesome, in my opinion. I'd encourage you to do more. I think I love the fact of the dude on the hood with you driving. That shit was priceless to me. So you got the talent for it. So, if you can apply it, please do, because it's beneficial to all of us. Cheers.
I appreciate that, Rob.
So, have you thought about maybe like downloading your video from the overnight and putting the audio into a podcast format?
Briefly, sort of, yes, but no. I don't know.
Don't sell yourself short. Some of your ideas are pretty good, man. Pretty good. You gotta get them out there. Pretty soon you'll be big time, and I'll be like, yeah, I knew that dude. He actually sent me a trophy once.
So, Mr. Walcott says, anyone tried TNW Aero PCC?
Negative.
The Northwoods? What's TNW?
I'm not familiar with it.
I cannot say I have tried a TNW Aero PCC.
Tell you what, you send it to my local FFL. I'm happy to give you an opinion on it.
I can tell you it's not New York compliant.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, send it to Black Cats FFL, and I'm happy to give you an opinion on it.
So, welcome, Gun Websites, and thanks for joining.
What's up, man?
They're kind of cool looking.
Huh?
Oh, sorry. I was looking at the TNW firearms. They're kind of cool looking. Other than it's same problem that all the 9mm ARs have is the 9mm mag looks stupid.
I don't say it
Never
because
see
it's
it.
9mm.
Looks, come on, man. Looks. I know that probably sounds funny coming from me, but looks aren't everything. It's function, man. Function.
So, G-Webs, I know your volume might be a little low, or you might have the mic a little far away. So,
Oh, yeah, I have the mic up on the road. Is that better?
yes, this way maybe you won't get stepped on when you go to talk.
I had it up
So-
at the ceiling. I have it on like one of them bungee cord looking, or wait, retractable cords like you put keys on. So I can just put the mic anywhere between right where it's at up to the ceiling.
Hell, that's a good idea. So,
Well, because I don't like wearing it. It's annoying. And I use my boom thing for the camera.
so I would ask what your goals are for the channel.
For 13?
For 23.
13, yeah. 23, sorry. 10 years off. 10 years, give or take. First year, get squared up with what decade it is. I don't know. I think next year, it'll be interesting to see because I don't know enough about. I'm not paying enough attention to politics. I pay more attention to who's doing stuff or whatever. So I think we're going to see a year of transition and growth. Right, we got all those new gun owners, and I don't think all of them are going to stick around, but the ones that do are going to be looking around to do stuff. So I don't know if it's going to be competition shooting or hunting or just more CCW. Some people are like, oh, now I know how to CCW. I'm comfortable with it. I'm gonna get another gun, or now I'm going to carry in my pocket also, or now I'm going to try carrying one in the purse, or whatever they're going to do. So that'll happen, and then anyway, so I guess paying attention to that, trying to do whatever can be done to be aware of that, or I think that there's room or potential for those of us that have been around for a while to see when things are happening and to just maybe put people together or let people know, like, hey, that's been done before. Go check out what they already did, just to save people some time or something. So I think there's going to be probably some potential for something like that next year. At least I like to think so. But it's, it all kind of plays out. It'll kind of depend on how much pressure we get from the antis. Maybe you guys know more than me. Is when they say lame duck, does that mean that nothing is going to move, or that they don't anticipate anybody's going to bother? Is it like physically impossible for legislation to get through, or are they just thinking that no one's going to bother?
So the lame duck term comes from that the side that's in power, so like whoever's got the presidency and stuff, they don't have the power of the House and Senate. And so even if you had Ronald Reagan in president and the Democrats, you're not going to get bills that you would want pushed through so that you can sign them into law. So you're going to have more of pretty much nothing really happening.
So if nothing can happen, then does that mean they're going to rattle their sabers way more than ever before? Like they're going to go nuts anti-gun? Or if nothing can happen, are they going to feel like, it didn't work anyway, so we'll go on to something else? So I guess we'll have to see how they go. But if they, they think, okay, we did all our damage and now we're going to go do something else because they're really not making any money and it's not like any advantage to them right now and they don't have any headway to make, then are we going to be licking our wounds, or are we going to be super pissed and start working the other way? That'll be interesting to see. And then what I'll do is dependent on that, I guess, is what I'm getting at. I'm not going to say I'm going to do this or that because we've got a changing environment. So I'll just I don't want to say play bear, but be ready for a couple of different potential outcomes and then aim towards those.
Yeah. So lame duck as in you are powerless to stop us. In some aspects, yes, but I don't see that either side really has.
Well, the Republicans can't do anything. First, they don't want to. They keep voting for gun control, but then they don't do anything. They can't do anything with a Democrat president. They'd have to have 3/4 or something to get push stuff past a president.
Yeah, they'd have to be able to veto the president's veto, which
is super hard, right? Like 3/4 of the whole Congress or something.
I think
50%. So. I think it's 50% first and then 3/4.
Well, at 50%, the vice president steps in as a tie-breaking vote. And then 60, they can, they have the super majority, where they can kind of push more stuff, I believe.
But what Patriot's saying, this stupid omnibus garbage, there's no protection from either side, whatever name they've got. It's going to be about, what they're voting for and what gets pushed and whatever they think they can keep getting away with, I guess. But
yeah, because we had 18 rhinos or so-called Republicans that jumped side and voted for anti-guns, measures.
Well,
So
plus just the idea of what is it, 5,000 pages that they have to read in 14 days or something, and that from I forget what I just listened to, but an alternative would have been to require them to read it, and if they would have required them to read it, they wouldn't have been able to read it before it's over. They didn't have to vote for. So it's like the whole Nancy Pelosi thing: vote for it to read what's in it. Don't give us things that are 55,000 pages long for 1 year. 5,400 pages long for 1 year.
yeah, and have a good night, Big Al. Have a Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. We've got Patriot in the Dark that has joined us.
Plus, they're doing it on the 23rd of December. What's up with that?
Well, yeah, because they are pretty sure that a majority of the people aren't paying attention to what they're doing, and it's over a holiday weekend, so the news isn't going to be out there really reporting on what's going on. So that's why a lot of people were saying that the 23rd would be the day that the ATF released their pistol brace ruling, was because it might just slip past and not a whole lot of news organizations would be out there yelling about it going through. So I see 500 Magnum is bailing, so have a good night.
And good evening, 500 Magnum. Looks like he's taking off, possibly Big Al. So have a good evening, guys.
Merry Christmas to everybody.
And David Walcott thanked you, G-Webs, for answering his questions.
I have a question for Foss. Tonight's show, the overnight show, is that going to have Santa as a guest on the live stream, or is it going to be just tracking Santa, or how is the live stream going to happen this evening? That's happening this evening. I didn't see it scheduled yet. That's my one.
It wasn't scheduled. It's been moved to next week.
You mean we're not going to have rooftop Koreans out there?
I feel like with all the webcams and doorbells or whatever they're called, you could have camera or chimney cameras and be monitoring this dude as he goes from place to place, keeping track of everybody. Kind of like the Amazon delivery things, except the Santa delivery thing.
Yep. Patriot has a great quote from President Reagan. He said, let the government shut down and let's see if anyone notices. So 500 Magnum says, what is the best Christmas movie? I say Lethal Weapon. You're going to have a lot of people. You'll have yeah, or you'll have a lot of people yelling "Die Hard." I don't know. I think you got to go with like your tradition and go with a Christmas Carol or a Christmas Story. You'll shoot your eye out.
It's a good movie. It's definitely a classic, but I don't know. I wouldn't say that's the best for me.
Well, what's your opinion?
Well, if I had to pick, I'd probably say, I don't know. I know this wouldn't be popular, but I would state Home Alone or Christmas Vacation.
A Christmas Vacation. That brings up a funny little story the wife was reading to me like yesterday. A neighbor, so one neighbor had set up Christmas decorations with a scene from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. And
Talking about the one where the dude rolled up, like, can you reach it? Thought it was real and shit. And there's a videos about it now.
there was a mannequin out there with the garden hose, and
Yeah.
the next door neighbor lady called the cops saying that there was a guy outside like exposing himself, and he had a hose between his legs. And
Oh no, that's not what I thought you were going with. So
yeah,
I seen a thing earlier. It was shown to me by a lady. Some dude hanging off a gutter, you know, like Clark when he's falling and whatnot. And this black dude rolls up and he's trying to throw the ladder up for him. And you can tell the guy's got no, you know, he don't mess with ladders, whatever. Gets the ladder up and he's all like, can you reach it? Can you reach it? Talking to a damn stuffed dummy up on the gutter. So it was a big like news thing and whatnot. I seen it today. So, which I thought was hilarious because the dude was like dead still, like didn't move at all, no verbal communication, nothing. And the guy's all yelling up like, "Can you reach it?" Like, it was just hilarious, but. It's messed up because I'm sure that dude feels like a freaking idiot. But, you know, maybe the guy was so scared he was just paralyzed or something. But I seen that gag thing is what I'm getting at. So, but that's what I thought you were getting at. So, no, I didn't realize somebody had a hose and they thought they were being indecent.
yep, that's the one the wife read to me. I thought it was kind of funny. So, Foss, what's your idea of the best Christmas movie?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have a favorite Christmas movie.
Are you gonna say How the Grinch Stole Christmas?
Sure.
You mean you don't have one as a family that you guys like watch like every year?
No.
Doesn't it seem like the Christmas Story or whatever is just kind of like, I don't know, cliche? I don't know. It's just like that's supposed to be the answer. I mean, you know, there's some good parts in the movie. Don't get me wrong, but you know, it just seemed like that's a safe bet. That's like going to buy a Glock for your first gun. It's a safe bet.
And the best movie's going to depend on your age and who else you're watching the movie with, right? If it's a tradition or not, like a family, or if it's just something you like for some reason.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
My favorite would probably be the old Bass and Rankin, you know, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and
Yeah, like I used to like those when you had to. I don't remember how we knew. I guess our parents just told us like Rudolph will be on tonight. You could only watch it that one night, and then that was it. You had to wait till next year. Or actually, I don't even know. There's probably not that many people that remember that kind of life, because then there was VHS tapes, and then you could watch it whenever you wanted, or you know, at specific on Thursday we're going to watch it or whatever. You didn't have to wait for TV to do it.
We have 3 channels, and the president is on every single one.
That would happen. Although
So-
I never lived with 3 channels. There was always like 3 real channels, but then there was PBS, And then there was 2 UHF channels. So I think there was always 6 channels in my life.
So, Miss Brooke Cheney, yeah, you know, a great start shooting, who will be doing a live stream here pretty soon, talking about suicide awareness.
You got like 53 minutes and 15 seconds before that shows up.
So she says, "A White Christmas" with Bing Crosby. Then it is Charlie Brown Christmas, and then Lethal Weapon. Surprising. I figured there'd be diehard fans. I mean, where's Ghost? He'd be like screaming right now.
Patriot said, "That's funny. I just watched A White Christmas." Don't you mean you just listened to A White Christmas?
Dude.
Wow. Wow, that's below the belt.
Wow, you got the Dick Award.
You know,
that White Christmas, I don't know, man. Doesn't ring bells for me. Neither does the what's the other one she said? Charlie Brown. Everybody's a Charlie Brown fan. I never seen the big draw to Charlie Brown.
This is Christmas tree
Maybe
thing,
maybe
and
thing or
a
something.
musical.
I don't know.
It's like a musical. You're gonna want to watch a musical for Charlie Brown.
Yeah, I hate musicals. Like, it don't matter what it is. It could be about my like. As soon as you turn it into a musical, it sucks, bro.
Yeah, exactly. If Charlie Brown in the newspaper is fine. It's like one of those 3-segment ones, so it's easy to read and it's fast, like right on. And then you go to the cartoon, freaking song every 5 minutes. No thanks.
well,
But the
Pat's
other one, which one is
good
like
shit with musicals? I don't know why they do it. Like, you know, at least do it in 2 versions, because some of us just aren't the sing dance people. You know, I don't know.
maybe some people just sit around and then all of a sudden they're all just singing and dancing and shit, and then they go back to real life again. I don't know. I've never
Black
experienced
Mob.
that. What's White Christmas though? That's not the 3 ghosts or whatever. What's the story of White Christmas?
I'm drawing a blank, and that's part of the problem with it. I'm drawing a
I've
blank.
seen it. Well, I must have seen it, but I don't think I remember that one. There's the one where the guy's a Scrooge or whatever, and there's ghosts, and then there's one where he's going to die or something, and then he doesn't because some ghost makes him think of how good his life is or something.
I think that's the White Christmas. I think.
Hey, woman. A White Christmas with Bing Crosby. Tell us what the movie's about.
I think it was one where they owned an inn or something. I don't really remember.
She says that she thinks they owned an inn. The White Christmas is the Vermont place needs snow, and they have the army guys come and save Christmas.
Oh man, I haven't seen that thing.
Yeah, it doesn't ring any bells to me.
Is it
I do
musical?
remember
I
I'm
guess
sure
I
I've seen it, but it just still doesn't ring any bells.
it's one of the old school black and white. I don't know if they ever digitally remastered it with color or not, but like it was always a black and white.
I may I'll watch it then.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I
The
know.
place where I watch
Honestly, I'd
movies
like.
has a ton of old ones.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying the place I watch movies has a ton of old ones. I'll bet you they have it.
I was gonna say, honestly, I'd like some of them ski club movies more. They took place in the winter, like they're having fun, hot tubs, you know, snowmobiles, good times, ladies. I'd prefer that more than something that don't even ring a bell.
So Patriot in the Dark says It's a Wonderful Life is where he says he shouldn't have been born, and the angels zap him and show him how important his life really was.
I'm gonna make a movie where 9mm goes, I should have never been born, and then some angel comes down and goes, yup.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
And base it around Christmas.
It'll be whatever Halloween. I don't know.
A Christmas miracle.
Valentine's, whatever.
So, have we had anyone guess the puggy's name yet?
No, not even close. Well, kind of close, but no one.
Snitch.
No.
Dude, that dog's a government snitch, bro. That was set up. That is so CIA Black Ops. They intentionally placed that in that intersection for you to come across. And now it's low jacking all your shit. And it's even got Mello working for the government now. I hope you realize this.
He's listening to everything that's being said right now. And I don't know if he's taking notes. He might have one of them photographic memories where he just writes it all down later when I'm sleeping.
All that money for the ATF agents, I'm telling you, that thing's got a satellite dish in its ass, bro.
Just remember, that was New York Outcast talking. That was not the reflection of DM Foss, G23, or G-Webs. So
That's the Kraken talking. Don't blame New York Outcast.
always blame the Yorker.
Okay, yes, I take responsibility. All right. Sorry. You can make me bust it down, but it is not okay to kick your dog or beat your wife or whatever because you got a buzz on or drunk. So, yeah, it is me, but I'm going to act like it isn't.
Ooh, so David Walcott says, okay, loaded question. Does anyone think the lever action overrated? Isn't he lucky that Mr. JH586 isn't here because he loves his lever gun?
No, lever action isn't overrated. I think lever action is underrated.
I mean, the lever action was one of the rifles that won the West. You know, I do believe it was also back in the Revolutionary time that, kind of helped win.
No, there was push like they were using black powders and stuff back then. And then Civil War, you started to see some cartridges and things. I think there was technically some lever gun or something in Civil War, but you would have to buy it and whatnot. And those probably were, cartridges weren't necessarily common yet. They were all happening, and I'm sure the Civil War helped it. But it was mostly, the expansion into the West and stuff. But a lever gun, depending on which one you're talking about, because there's a variety of them, is fairly easy to deal with. You put a sling on it, and it's just disappears compared to almost any other kind of rifle. It's just very little to deal with, and it is quick to get repeating rounds from it, and it's super reliable. Like it's revolver reliable, and I mean it just worked. So it's powerful enough to give you distance, and it's got enough capacity to deal with just about anything. I mean, literally for 100 and something years of Indian wars, the lever action was adequate. Like most encounters are bang, 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 back and forth. So, the 5 rounds you have in your lever action is probably enough, and then it's easy enough to reload. So all of those reasons, like it's literally been proven for hundreds of years, isn't like a working thing in all kinds of environments, different seasons and literally all different kinds of experience levels. So it's a decent form factor. And then now in 2023, I would think, except for maybe an old shotgun, single barrel shotgun, pulling out a lever action is about the least threatening thing you could bring out. Like people are going to be more afraid of a big fancy shotgun or a big menacing shotgun or a bolt action rifle with a big scope on it, because they're going to think of a sniper rifle or any kind of thing with a magazine on it, right? I mean, even some 1022s people are going to be scared of. You pull out a lever action and they're going to go, it's just some old guy, it's just some lever gun, like someone's old, they think that it's some old ancient gun, like somehow less powerful or less useful. But holy moly, you can shoot forever with a lever gun. Like, I mean, distance wise, they're really good.
So
Sorry, I'm gonna cut you off or jump in. I get what you're saying, but I personally don't think that. To me, a gun is a gun. I don't care if that's black powder. It can put a hole in your ass, and it can be a problem.
Well, I guess, yeah, I'm talking like Arizona or whatever. People are used to seeing a lever gun. Some cowboy brings out a lever gun that's shooting a coyote, he's shooting at a rattlesnake, he's shooting some cow that broke its leg or whatever they do.
What was the original question, G23? Can you repeat that for me?
If they're overrated.
if lever actions are overrated,
I think they're perfectly rated. Sorry, I'm jump in here, but I think they're cool as hell. Like, because it's mechanical. I mean, it does have a stigma to it. It has a time period, this and that. I think somebody proficient with a lever action can be just as good as somebody with a semi-auto. I know that might be a stretch, but there's a lot of training and comfort involved in that statement. So, if I think you could be fairly proficient with a lever action. So it's a different style. It may not be, pound for pound as quick or whatever the case may be, but I think it's proven a lever action can get it done. Plus, a lever action is cool. I mean, it's got that whole cool factor to it. So I don't see no problems. I wouldn't say it's overrated. I wouldn't say it's underrated. I think it's rated where it should be rated.
I think if you haven't shot one, it's worth shooting one too, because you pick up one and they're just a cool feeling compared to a lot of other guns. There's a lot of density to them. Like they're pretty much all well made. I can't even think. There's probably a couple I can think of that are kind of cheap, but most of them are fairly decent as far as machines go, like the quality of them. And shooting them, it's kind of like a bolt action in that nothing moves. So when you shoot them, nothing happens on the gun except for the hammer falling, which is kind of unique unless you go around shooting bolt actions. But unlike bolt actions, where most people are sitting down at some kind of bench and shooting it or laying down behind it, with the lever, you can stand up and take a couple of 3 shots. You could shoot something moving, like if you get a chance to shoot like an empty 2-liter bottle bouncing around, or one of those rubber targets that kind of bounce around. That kind of stuff is perfect for lever action. Shooting at rabbits that are running, that kind of stuff is kind of unique to the lever action, I think. Semi-auto, of course, too, but lever action is sort of a different, I don't know. Like you say, it's just cool to hold on to it. It's like a cool knife compared to like a cool sheath knife compared to a folding knife. It just feels different. It's both can cut and they're both probably the same size, but that folding one is just a little bit different.
So Patriot says when Grant invaded Georgia, he had some troops with repeating Springfields, or the Springfield repeater. So, and we've been joined by Miss Abigail. So welcome. And
when they wrote the Constitution, they couldn't have even imagined a lever action gun, so they should be illegal.
Chris Lang says, couldn't afford a Winchester, so I got a Rossi Rio Grand 3030.
Hey man, you got one. People hate them, but I like that. Shit, I can't think of the name of it now. Is it Mossberg or Marlin? Makes a lever action that's kind of tactical-ish looking. Honestly, I like that damn thing. So I know it's an oxymoron or whatever however you want to label it, but I don't know. I like it. So I wouldn't mind owning one of those and maybe like a Henry or something. Obviously time and place for everything, but if you could have whatever you wanted, I think those are nice guns.
Mr. Foss, your opinion on lever guns?
I don't have any problem with them. I have never shot one. I would like to have one someday, but they're cool.
If you could have any brand, which one would you want?
Oh, well, if I could have anyone, yeah, it'd be a Winchester, but I really would like a Henry Big Boy.
G-Webs. If you could have any brand lever gun, which one would it be?
Well, okay, I'm gonna answer Winchester, but have you guys said? Well, New York, you've shot them before, and Foss, you say you haven't. G23, you've shot them before. So, Foss, have you held them at least? Have you fiddled with them?
No, I've never touched one.
Oh, okay. Like I said, they're pretty much all well made. My only problem with the Rossies or whatever they are is that they, on some of them, they put a stupid safety on the, like right in front of the hammer. It's just annoying and stupid. Not necessary. I
don't think the Rossies look as good.
They look a little bit more like a carbine sometimes, but I mean, as far as being well made, they're not like sometimes the revolvers and stuff get a reputation of falling apart. It's either that lever actions are just a stronger gun and they can't fall apart as much, or they put different effort into it. Maybe they're made in a different place. I really don't know. But their guns are always seem to be well made or whatever. But I don't mind the little carbine ones. They're neat, but I'm in Arizona, so I've just spent way too much time with old-fashioned levers and stuff, lever guns. So yeah, an old probably 30-30 because I'm modern enough to want a 30-30, but a Winchester. But I'd want one, that's old and beat up and maybe has some stories to tell or something. So I'd want, if I could have any of them, I just want some really, really old, not worn out, but getting there Winchester.
Some with history.
Yeah, or at least that looks like it. Because sometimes just a ranch gun is cool, just gone on a lot of trips or something. And I like the Winchesters over the Marlins because I don't put optics or nothing on my lever guns.
So,
I can go grab mine if you want.
Thoughts of Mare's Leg?
I owned one for a little while. I gave it away to Patreons. But if I had money, I'd have a slew of them. I think they're super awesome. But I just don't have the money, and I'm not interested in collecting anymore.
For me, I don't know. I don't have an attraction to it. I mean, I think there's a place for every type of firearm, but
right in the console, 357 in your console, so you can leave your gun on and then have your lever gun in the console for like your truck gun, your car gun.
Yeah.
Some kind of cool holster.
There's a place for everything. I don't know. I don't have a big attraction to the Mare's Legs per se, but not that I discount them or dislike them or whatever. It's just I don't have a natural draw to them.
I don't know. The idea of getting one of the holsters and having it strapped to your leg kind of seems like it might be a cool idea,
See that? Practically, how quick can you retract that out of a holster and get on target versus your Glock, whatever?
Bad. No, it's not preferable to anything. It's just sort of like I'd put it in a car or like on a horse. If I had a horse or something, I'd put it on my saddle just to do it. But yeah, it's somewhere between useless and cool looking. It's not necessarily an effective gun. If it was an SBR and had a real stock on it, totally different. But with that goofy no stock thing, it just looks cool. It's just like, if it's not too heavy, I'm going to carry it around, but it's useless. It's not even fun. I had the 22 version. It wasn't even fun to go camping really because you have to kind of hold it in front of your eyes. It's just not all that great. Maybe with a laser on it, it might be a lot more fun to shoot just as a flinker.
So, Patriot says even the blind guy has one. The Winchester 3855. My first lever action was a Savage 30-30. I loved that firearm. Long gone. My Winchester is one of those dumb 1980s
The commemorative one.
Yeah. Switching to Crazy Horse or Sitting Bull, I can't remember.
That might be a question. 30-30 or 30-6. I'm going 30-6. But if we go down this path, but
I'm going 45-70.
about this. Well, between the two, what would you go?
Oh, so if I had to choose between 30-30 and 30-6,
Yeah.
I'd go 30-6. You know,
I guess a second, let me pull it, Rick. A second portion of this question would be, if 308 was an option, would you take that over the 30-6?
No.
no.
In a lever? No, you can't put. I never heard of inline 308, is there?
Well, platform, whatever platform. That's not what I mean. I'm just speaking.
Or I guess you could do a
output.
Savage stacked mag. But no, I like 308. 308 is pretty awesome. But I like 30-06. But 308 over 30-6 probably.
So
Here's an even third mix to screw everything up a little bit more. If it was the end of days or whatever, zombie apocalypse or this or that, and you had your choice between a 30-6 or a 308, which one would you take in that situation?
Ugh. Either one is till I find a 5.56 or 7.62 because they're either one is more common enough. I don't think. It's probably 308. Probably.
I'm going Barrett 50. I don't have to get close enough to worry about it. I can step back and
That
log in.
wasn't even an option, bro. Wasn't even an option. Total Glock guy move.
Well, the fact that it's a zombie apocalypse, it's a 50 BMG is always an option.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's a big, heavy gun. And ammo ain't light.
Brick Cheney has the best answer. That's easy. Whichever one you have more ammo for. So we have Chris from the 740 out in the crowd. Welcome. Hope you're having fun with the family. Chris Lang says 50 BMG lever gun. Dude, that'd be amazing. But no. They don't make a 50 BMG lever gun. I don't think that would be very possible. I can see him doing a 50 Beowulf or even a 50 AE or lever gun, but to try doing a 50 BMG, I don't think that would happen.
I'm sure it could happen. Might not be the best idea. Just, depending on the types of rounds and, how things might line up with another case's primer or whatnot. But I think anything's possible. But you might not want to drive down a dirt road with it.
Okay, so Chris Lang brings up maybe Mark Serbu. So, did you guys hear or read the story about Serbu and Trudeau or Turdo getting into it?
The dude with the magic carpet?
I guess in their banned firearms list that they have, they put on the Buttmaster, which was a firearm.
Master. Like, Buckmaster, for real?
yes, yes.
Buckmaster, the Buckmaster.
so, so, so this was like a prototype, or one of those like joke guns that he made.
Oh boy.
And there's like only one ever made, and he still has it. And
Well, is this a PG-13 gun, or is this one of them OnlyFan type of guns?
like, like he made it like, I don't know, 20 years ago, something like that. And he's the only one who has it. It's still in his like collection. But yeah, there was like a whole big thing about it. This is like the Buttmaster. It looks.
Does it requires spermic? Never mind.
Like I guess this is like what they're talking about.
Looks like a pen gun.
Yeah, but that's what it like. Trudeau's list of banned guns became the Buttmaster of jokes.
Like a zip gun 22 or something.
Yeah, it's a little 22.
Okay.
But
What?
yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I mean, well, I don't know. Zip 22s have been a thing forever. Like, my first introduction was to my 13-year-old cousin with one. But, so I don't know. You know what I mean? It doesn't take a whole lot to make something like that. So, I've never referred to it as a Buttmaster or even heard of such a thing. So, like, that sounds like a total different channels topic, to be honest.
Right?
That
right?
might
Because
be huge, you know what I mean? There's a lot of shit out there, but I don't think it's your channel.
but yes, this was yeah. Like perfect for the prison wallet. Like yes,
I don't know.
I thought that was kind of funny. So you're welcome. Now you guys all have something to talk about at Christmas. Around the Christmas table, you can talk about the Buttmaster being banned in Canada.
Bring that up with family. They won't think you're talking about a gun, that's for sure. That's like talking about somebody's weenus. I should ask, do you know what a weenus is?
Oh,
I've looked at the weenus and I'm not happy.
You guys know what it is?
Are you talking about the ones from Friends or something different?
No, an actual Webster's Dictionary weenus.
no.
Okay, this has been a joke that we played around with our family, but apparently, I didn't know this. This was brought up to me as well, but your weenus is the skin on the tip of your elbow. So, I mean, you can think of a dozen different ways to have fun with that. Depending
I
on your
remember that
humor.
now.
But yeah, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. And that like, hey dude thing people were talking about the other day, I think on Gary's, like, technically a dude is a hair on an elephant's ass. So, I don't
So
know.
some jerk was like, you know what I'm going to call this? The weenus. And then people are like, are you serious? He's like, yeah, I don't see any problem with it. I'm just going to call this the weenus.
You wonder how drunk he was when he came up with that name.
Yeah. And then people were like, dude, you shouldn't call it that. Let's call it like any other thing besides that. He was like, no, it has to be called the weenus.
No idea, man.
Yeah,
Maybe
so
it's
weird.
just something for kids to joke around with to get their parents thinking they're saying something else. I don't know. But
It's the same people that named
yeah,
Uranus. They're like, no, we're going to name it Uranus. Come on, man. Name it some other god or whatever they are. No. We're going to name it Uranus.
Uranus. Yeah, it's a
You
good
got to
one.
give fourth graders something to do.
Yeah, there you go. Come on, be honest. All of us have a little fourth grader in us.
Yes. The wife's over here busting a gut because I told her we've talked about the Button Master. Now we're talking about the Weenus. And she's just laughing her ass off.
Next up, Lingua.
Right?
Like, you want to get somebody, like, looking at you funny. Tell them to stop playing with their weenus in public. And they'll be, like, looking at you like you just farted in church or something. It's crazy. They don't know what the hell you're talking about.
My hands are full. Itch my weenus.
There you go. Well, I wouldn't recommend that
It's my
in
left
school
weenus.
or, public function. Maybe with friends.
So David Walcott says lingua. So lingua is Spanish for cow tongue. So it is delicious. It is so delicious. I mean, it tastes like pot roast.
Dude, do you ever kiss your woman?
It's as close as you can get to French kissing a cow. And
That's what I'm saying. Like, doesn't your woman like doesn't she panic when you're kissing her, like thinking you're gonna just take a bite?
That's a good point.
I have tricked my wife into eating lingua.
You son of a bitch!
Has
You
anybody
bad.
ever ate chorizo? I mean, it's essentially the same thing.
And
If she wasn't chained to the radiator, she would have left your ass.
she liked it.
You want to go another day without food, or you want to eat the lingua?
She's like, I came home from work and I had one of those styrofoam cartons you get for your carry out, and it had quesadilla de lingua. So,
Damn, dude, she was out busting her ass for you, and
she was at home.
and
I
you
came
stuck
home.
her fucking tongue in a box. You son of a bitch!
And she goes, she's like, what do you got? I was like, quesadillas. And so she took a piece and she ate it. And she was like, this is good. And I was like, do you want another piece? And she goes, this is lingua, isn't it?
Yeah,
I
and at that
busted
point,
again.
she knew she didn't want to get locked in the basement, so just keep her mouth shut. This is
put-
horrible, bro.
It puts the lingua on its plate or it gets the hose again.
Damn Glock guys.
So Chris Lang says, lingua tacos rock.
Man,
They-
tongue, feet, and intestines are just off the goddamn menu. And I understand some sausage are packaged that way. I get that. But, as a general rule, tongue, feet, well, shit. I don't know. It hasn't been brought up, but let's just throw it out there. Assholes are not dinner.
So if somebody served you barbacoa, would you not eat it?
I don't even know what the hell that is, so probably not.
Chorizo?
Chorizo?
I don't know what the hell that is, so probably not.
Chorizo is spicy sausage. Like, you get a lot of it.
From where?
Burger, chicken salad, cereal.
So you get a lot of, you get like chorizo, chorizo con huevo y papas, which is sausage, egg, and potatoes.
Yeah, but where is the chorizo from?
Well, it depends on if you're talking pork or
I thought it was both from the same place.
yeah.
Like caviar. Dude, I'm not eating fish babies. No.
No, it's not the baby of anything. Well, I don't know how old they are when they do this to them. But probably not babies. But you know where chorizo's from?
Isn't that like the ground up?
No,
ground
well,
up like leftovers.
No. Well, I mean, no. It's the mouth. It's like-
Yeah, the lips and stuff.
Oh no, I think it's the cheeks. It's not. It's muscle, but it's the mouth muscles.
Yeah, but like
hot dogs.
so barbacoa.
Hot dogs will have more like whatever's left on the floor, from what I understand. Unless you get like a good brand, and then they take some kind of cut and smush it up. But I think most of the time, hot dogs are like, "Hey, what do we got swept up?" Like, "Oh, we'll make sausages, like the inexpensive sausages."
That's why I buy the expensive hot dogs. You know,
Yeah, exactly. And all you got to do is buy expensive ones, and they take a real piece of meat and turn it into hot dog versus all this stuff.
My kids preferred those ballpark. They're like $1.99. Not ballpark. What the hell is it? I can't think it barbecue brand or something like that.
RS.
Cheapest hot dogs you can buy. My kids would like turn their nose at Nathan's or what's the other one? Hoffman's, I think. Like the good shit. They don't want nothing to do with that shit. They want that stuff your dog won't eat. Can you believe that shit? Where did I go wrong? What the hell?
So Brooke Talk
Kids
says
always like weird stuff, like bologna instead of like all the fancy sausages that the adults have eaten. They always want chicken nuggets instead of like duck or whatever, some kind of real good.
It's crazy. It's madness. I don't understand it.
So Rob, barbacoa is the cheeks. It's cheek muscle off like the cow head. So
Yeah, that's basically what chorizo is. Probably just different spices.
yeah,
You
It's
mean
supposed to be
cheeks
super
like
good.
bum
I
cheeks
guess
or ass cheeks?
well, that's different. That's definitely sausages and stuff.
yeah, like barbacoa is where you take and you slow cook the head of the cow underground, in a barbecue, and with different spices and stuff, and then you pull it up and you peel the meat off of the cheeks and stuff and turn that into different kind of stuff. Tacos, tamales.
No, not my thing. I can state I've eaten some shit. I don't even want to know what it was because, it was just one of them situations where it was disrespectful not to eat it. And it could have been a serious situation for more people than me. But normal times, no. Maybe starving, haven't eaten in 4 days, maybe. But no.
Like when I was growing
I
up,
like living in 2023 where we can decide what we want to eat and not, like you're saying, not have to be forced to be like, okay, well, if it's not going to kill me, I'm eating it.
like when I grew up, I had cow brain sandwiches. Like that was. You guys have not had that kind of stuff? Like before Mad Cow, that was like one of the delicacies kind of things. And
What did you say? What was?
Not out of free will. I mean, maybe to tan something because you're in a survival situation. But nah, there's a lot of shit I'd eat before cow brains.
No way. Not even just to see what it's like. Nope.
No. That's like that monkey brains, Indiana Jones shit or whatever. Like, nah, man. Like, nah.
Nothing that can basically spell and do all kinds of cool stuff and go get you a soda. I mean, eating nothing that can go get me a soda.
Yeah, well,
clean up the brain.
A lot of monkeys are assholes. I think society has a different opinion on them, but the different breeds or whatever you want to call it. I'm drunk now, but
I'm talking about domesticated.
It can harass the shit out of you. I mean, it can be some serious stuff, like disgusting, women. I've seen them grope the hell out of women, straight up assault their ass. Like they'd be pressing charges if it was a guy.
I don't know these women. I don't know the circumstances, but maybe they could consider not dressing inappropriately around a monkey.
Well, no matter how you're dressed, they don't mind getting a handful of whatever the hell you got. So, I mean, I could see going hostile, getting crazy on some damn monkeys. That's all I'm saying. But I still wouldn't find their brains entertaining.
Nope.
It was cow brain.
Nope.
Not monkey brain. It was cow brain.
Tomato, same thing.
Nope.
y'all don't even know like good delicacy, like
Yeah,
good
it might
food.
taste awesome.
I've
There's
heard
all
it
kinds of
soup
stuff
like
might
that.
taste
They're
super
supposed to
awesome.
be good. Yeah, that's desperate times, man.
What
So-
if poison tastes really good? I don't care because I ain't eating it.
Well, you digest poison every day of your life.
Yeah.
It just depends on the quantity of the poison.
Like sugar.
What if you end up eating a cow skull and then all you can think about is eating grass or something weird, and then you didn't realize it, but you messed up your own brain, turned it into a cow brain? I'm not risking that.
I mean, that's kind of what I'm getting at with New York Outcast, with all of his salads that he always wants to eat. You might
Dude,
be a
it's
little
survive
lean.
grass. Hold on. If you could survive on grass, think about how much money you would save. Are you honestly telling me you wouldn't just, prowl the field or whatever the hell it was?
It's inexpensive, but they got to eat so much grass that they don't do nothing but eat grass all day. So it'd be boring.
Maybe, but I don't know. Maybe you just got to eat for 20 minutes. I mean,
Plus, you'd have
you
to get
wouldn't go out and mow the yard instead of buying dinner every night?
You hear this? You hear that?
Dude, lawnmowers would be in decline. People would be doing the shit out their grass. And then all of a sudden, people would care where dogs were shitting. This would be a new thing.
Oh, somebody's shooting off fireworks.
Yep.
So this dog complains when somebody shoots off fireworks. He barks at him, I guess.
You guys complain when people do fireworks?
No, my one dog got scared, but this dog he barks at him, I guess. I was wondering why he was barking.
I'm just curious.
I guess it's dark now, so everybody's shooting off Christmas Eve.
Well, wait a minute. Which dog is that?
The littler one.
Oh, shit, dude. Dude, that might be reporting back. Like, that could be like a gunshot microphone wrapped up into the dog.
Oh, yeah, one of those triangulation things. They all bark in unison, and then they can tell.
I know it sounds ridiculous, but they don't care. Like, it sounds crazy, but they don't mind spending our money on this crazy shit. Like fish that look like fish, but they're not fish, they're drones. Yeah.
The little
Tell-
stuffed animal fish, and he ate the shit out of it. So
You know that little bird at your window every morning waking you up? It's psyops, bro. They're just fucking with you.
I think we got people out there going, no on organs. No, nope, not eating organs.
you're supposed to have to, as they say. You have to eat like some amount of them, or else you're not healthy.
Well, isn't most sausage like packed in intestines? I thought that was my understanding. Most sausage casing is actual.
Well, but they're talking about the like liver and the kidneys, I guess, the hard organs that have all the stuff that
Okay.
you only get certain proteins out of the meat. You have to eat the organs to get the rest of all the vitamins or whatever.
See, that shit I'll eat, like the gizzards, heart, lung, or not lung, liver, shit like that. I don't know. It's weird, I guess, but I'll eat that shit. But when it comes to feet, asses, or intestines, I'd rather pass. Or tongue.
So, David Walcott says liver of most animals pretty good. I cannot think of any time I've ever had liver or liver and onions in my entire life. And Patriot says,
go around eating tongue and you never ate a liver.
yeah, I cannot think of one time that I've ever been offered liver and onions. Like, if somebody offered it to me, I would definitely, try it.
Well,
Good.
it's not on menus, I guess. Now that you say that, I don't see it on menus.
What I want to know is who the hell's out there eating placentas? Like, I didn't know this was a thing until I had a kid, and they were like, "Do you want to keep it? Da 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 da." Like, keep it for what? Like, what the hell are you talking about, man? I don't want that shit. Like, yeah. But apparently that's a thing. Like, people do parties and dish out the placenta to people. Like, what? What?
So, Patriot says, yeah, those weirdos up by Oregon and Washington drink wheatgrass. I went to the Gravity Bar in Seattle once. You do realize the Gravity Bar is a gay bar, right? I'm just saying. Like, nobody goes there. Then he says, they claim wheatgrass is like an energy drink or something crazy. Yeah, that's a lot of your, like hipsters.
It gives you a wheat boner.
Well, maybe there's something to it. I'm not an advocate for it or whatever, but I can't say, sometimes, you'll try something and you don't see instant results, but, you got to stick with it. It's like working out or something. Yeah, you can't work out for a week and then be disappointed because you didn't lose 30 pounds. Like, it doesn't work that way. But, so, maybe there's something to it. I've heard about this wheatgrass stuff before. I've heard it tastes like crap, but it might be healthy for you. I don't know. So, wouldn't knock it just because of one experience, but I don't advocate for it either. But, natural stuff does tend to work if you give it a chance in some cases. So, I don't know.
Patriot says, this was back in the late 80s, and I was 15. But yeah, it definitely in the gay area. Back then, it wasn't so nuts. Pardon the pun. So, this has definitely gone down the rabbit hole of organs. And David Walcott says, no on polar bear liver. It has too much vitamin A, just enough to kill you.
Polar bear liver?
I guess so.
Hey, thanks for the heads up. I was about to order some, but I think I'm going to pass now.
Yeah, figure if I was ever on a voyage to, Antarctica or something like that, might be handy.
And they're shooting off the big.
You dilute with some, I don't know, seal or something. Could you grind that up and make a sausage and be okay?
Not sure.
Maybe dog. I know that sounds extreme, but we're talking like you're gonna die anyway.
If I'm going to die anyway, I'll just die and let my dog eat me.
Wow. I get it. Yeah, there's a lot of those, like, what is it, Shackleton's Voyage and stuff, where the dog, it was either you or the dog. You know what I mean? So what are you going to do?
This little dog, you'd probably get, like, good lunch and maybe a little snack out of it.
Could be the difference between life or death. True story.
Eat a lot of them.
I was taken to a store by my godfather one time. We were going to buy some, it's always a ball and you leave with everything but a ball at the store. We rolled up and there was a bunch of like Korean people rotisserie cooking a dog, like right across the street from the store parking lot. It was the craziest shit being a kid rolling up and seeing a dog like just being, rotated with a bunch of people standing around. Like, I almost thought the dog did something wrong at first. I didn't understand what the hell was going on. And, the cops ended up showing up, all types of shit. These people had no idea that wasn't a thing in America. Like, it's kind of crazy because to us as American, it seems like an issue, but everywhere else they eat dogs. So, it's not really that crazy, but to an American kid, it seemed like the craziest shit I ever seen.
It's weird. It goes back to like if something can go do some complicated task, I'm not eating it. Let me see your lingua. Give me that lingua.
So, Rob,
Make a nice snack platter off of the dog's lingua.
Yes.
just got a news alert that says Alberta Clipper to bring snow showers to blizzard weary northern U.S. starting like Christmas Eve. So
Bring that shit, yo. Bring it. Tear up these roofs. Tear up these cheap son of a bitch that have been putting it off. Still got their 3 tabs from 30 years ago. Bring it, baby. Daddy needs a new pair of shoes.
That guy was a bag of barn traveling trains went to Alaska.
Yeah, I'm not responsible for anything said by New York Outcast tonight. I blame the Kraken.
I'm gonna jump out. G23.
you want to plug anything before we get out of here? Because
2 minutes till Great Start Training School goes live with suicide prevention Saturday on Christmas Eve.
yes, sir. I'll throw a link to her channel out there for anyone who wants to go over. So, Foss, you want to plug anything?
Go to gearwebsites.com and purchase 2A related stickers, patches, t-shirts. Also does 3D printing and web consulting, I believe.
Thanks.
Take it easy, Foss. Sorry to make you run.
No, I want to go say goodnight to my daughter before she goes to bed. So
That's
That's
important.
Christmas Eve.
Do that.
Have a
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
yeah,
Have-
you guys too. And everybody
wife-
out there, have a good.
The wife says to tell you Merry Christmas also, along with everybody else watching. So,
So, G Webs, you got any kids?
No.
Now, was that by choice or just something that just worked out the way it is?
I don't know. I didn't want any kids, so I guess by choice.
I'm sorry, what's that?
I guess by choice.
Okay. You plan to have kids?
No.
All right. Don't mean to make things awkward. Just figured I'd ask a question.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, I don't mean to you. It's just an awkward silence now. Sorry.
I'm trying to figure out exactly how you do this linking to another channel.
so you go to your edit.
All right.
You go to
Merry
edit,
Christmas
and then you go to on the
Christmas
left,
Eve.
customize. It's the second one down, and then all the way at the
Yes.
bottom.
So anyway, happy Christmas Eve.
I gotta wait for.
You can't link to Brooke though because she doesn't have hers clicked over to allow it.
Is your wife talking to you in the background? Or is that Siri?
That's not me.
No, Brooke started her show.
Ah. Yeah, that's that suicide or whatever show type thing. Suicide prevention.
Yeah, exactly. Just a short show where she just talks about the concepts and whatever's on her mind, or just little pieces of the conversation or elements. They just started that 988, kind of like 911. They started 988 nationwide this year. So just little pieces like that.
Do you know what inspired her to do this?
I think Good question. Originally, I think it was just she's had some, like, it's touched her life or whatever in various ways, but then just the awareness that, or the understanding that 2 out of 3 deaths is that are with a firearm are suicide, and it's something that's under. I don't know what the words are, like under. There's lack of awareness on that. We don't have it enough in our conversations and our awareness that when antis are using things against us, like the number of gun deaths, we need to. It's better. We're better off when we can say you're including suicides there, or like when they're saying this, 2/3 of that number is suicide. So do you want to include suicides, or do you want to pull that off and have a real number? And just different ways to have those kind of conversations, and then it's developed into tips and technique strategies, like ideas for a toolbox. If you're going to have a conversation, just things to keep in mind, and then, like, say, just scattered in with some different events that have happened throughout the year. So anyway, the inspiration is just to keep consistent, sort of like every second matters, just to keep a consistent awareness of it so that it becomes more normalized also, so that we're more comfortable having it in our conversations, because it's super awkward to talk about suicide. Usually it's one of those things that you only talk about when something is, one has happened or it's affected something, or it's, so it's a way to normalize it so that we're better off with conversation, but also just so that if somebody's feeling bad, we don't have to be like embarrassed and let somebody actually hurt themselves because we were embarrassed to bring it up. But, that kind of stuff, just some tools and techniques to talk to people, like, but not as counselors necessarily, but, just to be more aware so that we can just be comfortable having the conversations. I think we sound better as gun people when we understand that we're trying to save lives. They're trying to take one tool away from somebody who's sick. We're trying to help the sick person. And we're trying to do that by normalizing the stigma or whatever of mental health. Well, I don't know if you've listened to any of these military interviews, but people transitioning out of military roles in this era are way more aware of traumatic brain injuries and are less stigmatized by the idea of having, like less capacity in their brain due to their experiences and stuff. And just the same way, if you have a broken leg, nobody goes, oh, well, you're less of a person because of your bad leg. They've removed a lot of the stigma from traumatic brain injuries, which happen all over the place in the military. So anyway, just that kind of thing. I think she's doing a great job at it. Today, it's more focused on the holidays and people being alone and that kind of thing. I imagine having family and then losing family, or having family and being away from family, that can rip on people.
That's cool. So, I've lost a few, and honestly, it's kind of haunted me. I don't know if you want to say survivor's guilt or what, but I don't know. I got an issue with the topic, I guess. So I wish her luck and everybody luck. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, I don't know. Sometimes it seems like guys are just naturally programmed not to talk about shit. When you do, and people want to get all gushy and shit, it fucks it up. And I don't know. So I don't know. I wish the best to everybody, but it is definitely an issue, especially within the military. I don't know. Like, I guess it's just different. Like, switching back or whatever. I don't know. My hardest thing is dealing with people's excuses. Like, they can't make it to this, they can't do that, they can't do whatever. Like, I don't know. It's a different world. Like, it's difficult. So I got chewed out by the lady once and screaming that she's not in the military and blah 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 blah, and I had to put myself in check. So it can be difficult to adjust and whatnot. So I don't know, but I think I don't want to turn this into a negative or downer deal, but people that would help, I wish all the help for. I really do. So wish her well.
So, Rob, you have anything you want to plug before we get out of here, like R&L displays or anything like that?
Yeah, I'd plug them. Everything's on sale right now. Papa needs a new pair of shoes, so help a brother out. I'd also plug the Kraken. As you can tell, it's doing a hell of a job tonight, so give it to that. And other than that, I just wish everybody a happy holiday. And if you're down, remember that there's always people lower than you, in a sense. So things could always be worse. So you're live, you're in America, you have a device to connect you to online, you're in this chat, things could be a lot worse. So other than that, have a great evening, everybody. And I apologize if I've been an asshole.
Yeah, you haven't. Tell your woman Merry Christmas from us, and have a good rest of your night. And Mr. G-Webs, is there anything you want to plug, like gear website or anything like that?
No, appreciate it. Thanks for the link, and thanks for the hosting each week. And Merry Christmas, everybody. Have a great holiday.
Yep. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and we shall catch you next weekend, next Saturday, unless we get something on Major 114 before then. I will, let everyone know what I come across on that. So, again, enjoy, spend time with family and friends, and be safe.